Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Slow English. I'm Cozy.
And I'm Milo. Thanks for pressing play today, wherever you are. Maybe on the bus, maybe washing the dishes, maybe just lying in bed with your eyes half closed.
Honestly, that last one is my favorite way to listen to a podcast.
Same here. However you're listening right now, we're really glad you're here with us.
Today's topic is one you'll use constantly in almost every conversation you have.
We're talking about weekends, how to describe them, how to ask about them, and how to keep that little chat going instead of it dying after one sentence.
Because think about it. Almost every single week, somebody asks you, "So what did you get up to this weekend?"
And a lot of learners completely freeze when they hear that question. Their mind just goes blank.
They really shouldn't. It's actually one of the easiest topics there is, once you know a few simple tools.
This episode is for B1 and B2 learners, so relax. You don't need to catch every single word we say.
Just let the conversation flow naturally. Your ear will pick up more than you think, even the parts you don't fully understand yet.
Before we start, here's a small question for you at home. Think back to your last weekend.
Was it busy? Was it lazy? Or maybe a strange mix of both?
Keep that in your head as you listen. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to describe it in clear, natural English.
And don't worry, we're not going to give you a grammar lecture. We're just going to talk the way friends talk.
Exactly. Learning by listening, not by memorizing.
Milo, let's start easy. What time did you actually get out of bed on Saturday?
Honestly, not early at all. I think it was almost 11.
11! That's a proper lie-in.
Guilty as charged. My body just refused to move any earlier.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Saturdays exist for recovering from the week.
Exactly my thinking. When I finally got up, I didn't even bother making breakfast. I just had cereal, standing in the kitchen half asleep.
Classic weekend move. Quick tip here. A lie-in means sleeping later than usual, on purpose. It's a noun, not a verb, which surprises a lot of learners.
So I can say, I had a lie-in on Saturday?
Exactly right. You wouldn't say, "I lied in." That sounds wrong.
Good to know. What about you? Early bird as usual?
Actually, no, not this time. My neighbor's dog started barking at 7 in the morning, so my lazy plans got canceled immediately.
Oh no, that's rough. Nothing worse than being woken up by someone else's pet.
It happens more than I'd like. So instead of sleeping in, I decided to go for an early jog before it got too hot outside.
Did you regret it, or was it actually nice?
Surprisingly nice. The streets were empty, it was quiet, and I felt proud of myself by the time I got home.
See, that's the kind of small detail that makes a story interesting. Not just, I woke up, but why and what happened right after.
Good observation. And that's really the secret of today's episode. Connect small moments together using simple linking words. Words like so, then, after that, and before.
Could you give a quick example of that?
Sure. I woke up early, so I decided to go for a jog. Before breakfast, I stretched a little. And after that, I felt ready for the day.
That already sounds like a full little story, and it's not complicated at all.
Exactly. Simple words, connected smoothly. That's the goal. So, Milo, what filled up your Saturday afternoon?
I met my cousin downtown. It wasn't even planned. She just texted me last minute.
Nice surprise. I love those unplanned meetups.
Me too. We ended up trying this new noodle place neither of us had heard of before.
How was it?
Honestly, a bit disappointing. The noodles arrived cold, and the service was really slow.
Well, at least the company was good, even if the food wasn't.
Very true. We stayed for almost 2 hours anyway, just talking about everything and nothing.
That's a great example of the phrase last minute, something that happens without much planning ahead of time. She invited me last minute is very natural, everyday English.
Got it. I like that one. What did you do during your afternoon?
I actually got some housework done, which I almost never do on weekends. I reorganized my entire closet from top to bottom.
Wow, that's impressively productive.
Surprisingly satisfying, too. Sometimes boring tasks feel really good once they're finally finished.
I know that feeling well. There's something relaxing about walking into a clean, organized space.
Right. And notice how we're naturally mixing past continuous and past simple here without even thinking about grammar rules. I was folding clothes when my sister called. That kind of sentence just comes out naturally once you're telling a real story.
So the grammar sort of takes care of itself if the story is real?
Exactly. You stop worrying about the rule and start focusing on the message. That's when English starts to feel easier.
That's actually really encouraging to hear.
It's true for every learner. The story comes first, the grammar follows behind it.
Actually, something funny happened to me on Saturday evening now that I think about it.
Oh? Tell me everything.
I ran into my old gym instructor at the supermarket. I hadn't seen the guy in years.
No way! Did he even remember you?
Immediately, he remembered I used to hate doing burpees more than anything in the world.
Some things you just can't forget, apparently.
We chatted for maybe 10 minutes near the frozen food section of all places. It felt strange, but also kind of nice.
Small moments like that often stay with us far longer than big, planned events do.
Totally agree. It made my whole evening feel a little special. And honestly, nothing big even happened.
That's really the beauty of it. And here's a useful phrase alert. Ran into someone means meeting someone completely by accident.
So I could say, I ran into an old friend yesterday?
Exactly right. It sounds far more natural than saying, I met him by accident, which learners often say instead.
Noted. What about your Saturday night? Anything exciting happen?
Mine was much quieter, actually. I cooked a big pot of soup and watched 2 episodes of a show I'm completely hooked on right now.
Which show is it? Don't leave us hanging.
I'll keep that little secret for another episode.
Fair enough. That's teasing us on purpose.
Maybe a little. Anyway, my evening was calm, simple, and honestly, exactly what I needed after a long week.
Sounds like the perfect ending to a Saturday, even if it wasn't exciting.
Exactly. Not every good story needs excitement. Sometimes calm is the whole point. Let's jump ahead to Sunday. Different energy usually, right?
Totally different. Sundays feel much slower for me, almost like the whole day moves in slow motion.
Nothing wrong with a do-nothing kind of day.
I read half a book, took a very long shower, and napped for way longer than I planned to.
Honestly, that sounds pretty perfect to me.
It kind of was, actually. Sometimes doing absolutely nothing is exactly what your body and mind need.
My Sunday was busier than that. I helped my brother move some furniture into his brand new apartment.
That sounds tiring. Moving furniture is never fun.
It really was. By the evening, my arms were sore, but it felt good to help him get settled in.
Here's a question for you. How do we say a day was good without repeating the word good 50 separate times?
Great question, and a really common problem for learners. Try words like relaxing, productive, exhausting, peaceful, or eventful. Each one paints a slightly different picture.
So instead of it was a good day, I could say it was a peaceful day or it was an exhausting day.
Exactly. Much more descriptive, and still very simple vocabulary. Nothing complicated at all.
I like that. It's like upgrading your English without making it harder.
That's a perfect way to put it, Milo. Small upgrades, not big jumps. Now, let's talk about something people often forget, asking good follow-up questions.
What do you mean exactly?
Well, if someone tells you, I met a friend this weekend, a lot of learners just say, nice, and the conversation stops right there.
Guilty. I've definitely done that before.
Instead, you can ask something simple, like, where did you meet? Or what did you two talk about?
Oh, that keeps the conversation alive much longer.
Exactly. Try asking me now. I'll tell you something and you ask a follow-up question.
Okay, go ahead.
I tried a new recipe this weekend.
Nice. What did you cook?
See? Perfect example. Now the conversation naturally continues instead of stopping dead.
That actually feels really useful and pretty easy to practice too.
It is. Questions like, what happened next? How did that feel? Or was it what you expected? Work in almost any situation.
I'm definitely going to start using those more in real conversations.
One more tip here. You can also repeat part of what the person said before asking your question. It shows you were really listening.
Like how?
For example, if I say, I went hiking this weekend, you could reply, oh, hiking? Where did you go?
That's a small thing, but it really does make the other person feel heard.
Exactly. Conversations feel warmer when people repeat little pieces back to each other.
I never really noticed how much native speakers do that until now.
Once you start noticing it, you'll hear it everywhere, in podcasts, in movies, in everyday chats. Before we move to practice, let's slow down and look closely at a few words we've used so far.
Good idea. Sometimes words fly by so fast in conversation.
First word, productive. It means you finished something useful or made real progress on a task.
So I had a productive Sunday means I actually got things done.
Exactly. Compare that to lazy, which means you avoided work and just relaxed instead.
Those two words feel like opposites.
They basically are, and that's useful because English learners often only know one of the pair.
What's the next word?
Exhausting. It describes something that makes you extremely tired, usually physically.
Like moving furniture?
Exactly like moving furniture. Meanwhile, peaceful describes something calm, quiet, and free of stress.
So a peaceful afternoon would be something like reading alone with tea?
Perfect example. Next is satisfying, which means something gives you a feeling of pleasure because it was concluded well.
Like finishing a difficult puzzle?
Exactly that kind of feeling. And finally, eventful, which means a day full of interesting or unusual things happening.
That's different from busy, right?
Good catch. Busy just means you had a lot to do. Eventful means interesting or surprising things actually happened, not just tasks.
These distinctions are small, but they really do change the picture in someone's mind.
Exactly why native speakers pick one over the other so naturally. Each word tells a slightly different story.
I'm definitely going to pay more attention to these differences from now on.
That awareness alone will improve your speaking more than memorizing long vocabulary lists ever could. Let's try something together now, Milo. I'll give you a short weekend story, and you tell me which words show feelings, not just actions.
Okay, I'm ready. Go ahead.
On Saturday, I slept in and felt lazy all morning. In the afternoon, I met a friend and felt really happy. By Sunday night, I felt a bit tired, but satisfied with my whole weekend.
Easy. Lazy, happy, tired, and satisfied.
Perfect. See how those feeling words turn a simple list of actions into a real human story?
Definitely. It makes the story way more interesting to actually listen to.
Now try making one sentence yourself, using just one feeling word.
Okay, let me think. I cleaned my apartment on Sunday and felt really accomplished afterward.
That's a great sentence. Simple, clear, and full of feeling.
Thanks. That felt easier than I expected.
That's exactly the point. Once you know the pattern, it becomes automatic. All right, let's quickly recap today's useful expressions before we finish up.
Number 1, a lie-in, which means sleeping in later than usual on purpose.
Number 2, last minute, describing something planned without much notice ahead of time.
Number 3, ran into someone, meaning meeting somebody completely by accident.
Number 4, using feeling words like relaxing, exhausting, peaceful, and satisfying to describe your day more clearly.
And number 5, asking good follow-up questions to keep any conversation moving forward naturally.
Simple tools, but they really do change how natural your English sounds to native speakers.
Exactly. You don't need fancy, advanced vocabulary. You just need real stories, told simply and honestly.
Couldn't agree more.
Here's your challenge for today's episode.
After you finish listening, speak out loud for 1 full minute about your last weekend.
Start with Saturday morning, move slowly through the day, and finish with Sunday evening.
Don't worry about making mistakes. Just keep talking, even if you forget a word halfway through.
The goal here isn't perfect grammar. It's real, confident communication.
And if you can, try adding at least 1 feeling word and 1 connecting word from today.
That's a great extra challenge. Small steps, real progress.
If you record yourself, you can even listen back later and notice which parts felt easy and which parts felt harder.
That's actually a really smart way to track your own improvement over time.
It is. Most learners never listen back to themselves, and that's exactly where a lot of learning gets missed.
I'll definitely try recording myself this time instead of just speaking out loud once and forgetting about it.
Perfect. Small habits like that add up faster than people expect. That's it for today's episode. We really hope your next "How was your weekend?" conversation feels a lot easier now.
If you enjoyed this episode, leave a comment below telling us about your own weekend. Just 2 or 3 sentences is more than enough.
Every single comment is another small chance to practice your English. Thanks so much for spending this time with us today, wherever you're listening from. Keep practicing, keep speaking without fear, and we'll see you in the next episode of Easy English Talks. Bye for now, everyone.